morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday and hump day, everybody. The hump is here, but we're getting over it. And happy Wednesday to you. This morning at SirCap, it is on Campbell Avenue. You guys might want to check it out. They're having an open house. And at this open house, they're offering free food, of course, and I think they have Lewis Gale there. They're checking blood and doing stuff like that for free, of course. But also, you don't want to miss the opportunity to learn about all of SirCap's wonderful programs. They have a debt relief program. They have a first-time homebuyer program. They have programs about water services and well services. So you definitely want to check it out. Last week, as you all know, I posted on my page who on my FB page suffers from anxiety, panic attacks, and/or depression, and not embarrassed. We talked about it a little bit. I get people in my inbox asking me to talk about it because people know that I have had issues with them. I'm just going to tell you guys a few stories that people shared with me on my page, and together we can overcome anything. And what helped me get through it was definitely our business. Focus Radio, of course, Focus Fashion, of course. Those are things that help me take my mind off of what I'm going through. But before that, I really had a tough time. Driving is still an issue for me, but I had a really bad struggle in 2016. So much to the point where the depression was so real that I almost ended my life. And I know some of you that know me do know that. I had to go stay at Lewis Gale for a week. They medicated me. It was a lot of medication that they put me on, but I don't do medication well. So I learned throughout the process that this is something that I had to fight and conquer on my own, because medication, sometimes it can be for some people. If you're on it, I'm happy that it's working for you. But for me personally, it just makes my anxiety that much worse. Ways that I've gotten through it also is meditation. Yoga helps. Yoga helps tremendously. So if you are suffering from it, those are things that I recommend. But that's my personal story. Let me share someone else's story with you. My cousin, Andre Ross, he says, "Thank you, cousin. It takes a lot for anyone to admit this because people are embarrassed by what others think. Wait a second. I'm sorry. That's my post. He says, a lot of people will not respond. Had an anxiety attack in 1995. Took a full year to recover. Didn't understand what the hell was wrong with me. Fortunately, I recovered. Best thing to do is ask for help and talk about it. Nowadays, my anxiety comes from bad golf swings." That was his post. Also, I had Melinda Irby. She was on here and mentioned something. She says, "I feel you on that, Erica. I never even thought I was depressed. I guess I had this definition of a picture in my head of what depression looked like. Mother, who pointed it out to me, made me realize that it was depression. I just figured it was the mean voice in my head." I'm sorry, guys. It's blurry. I can't really see. "I didn't recognize it for what it was, so I pushed it down and ignored it. It can truly be debilitating disease and needs to be recognized as such, along with other mental, emotional issues." Those are two there. And then, of course, my cousin Basil, he says, I have them. I saw things during my deployment in Iraq that no one should have ever seen. Plus, my parents died 6 weeks apart while I was deployed. These things take a toll on you. Absolutely. And I had a lot of I do's. Other people personally inboxed me. Tamika Poulin shares that she says anxiety attacks are horrible and oh so real. And that's what they are. They are so real. They can make you feel like you're crazy. They can make you feel like you're having a heart attack. Did anybody ever see the movie Analyze This and Analyze That with Robert De Niro? Anyway, he was a big mobster in the movie. He played a big mobster in the movie that had panic attacks. And he just was like, not him, because he was supposed to be this macho guy and stuff like that didn't happen to him. And he thought he was having a heart attack one time and goes to the doctor, and the doctor said, no, it was a panic attack. He's ready to fight the doctor because he just didn't believe it. But it's a true story. You can feel like you're having a heart attack. That may not be what it is. It may be a serious, serious panic attack. I know when I was driving on Route 1 in Jersey, it just came up all of a sudden. I felt like my heart was just racing. I didn't know what it was. I had never experienced anything before like that in my life. So I get down another couple blocks, it's still happening. I pull over and I'm trying to catch my breath and, just like feeling myself like this, trying to what is going on? But anyway, after about 10 minutes, it stopped. So I get home, everything's fine. I guess a couple weeks later, it happens again. And this is only happening when I'm driving. So I'm like, something ain't right. So I finally go to the doctor. And at that point, that was the first time I had ever heard of panic attacks. But then, it started affecting other things. And I got depression and just different things started evolving, and I learned a lot more about them. You can feel many different ways, many different things, and it can definitely be a panic attack. It's not always a bad medical issue, even though panic attacks are bad because they're mental. But again, it's not like you're dying. I don't want you to think you're dying. And one thing I don't want you to think is something that people have tried to tell me I was. I do not want any of you to think you're crazy, because you're not. I'm not crazy. And it took me a while to figure that out. So I'm hoping that it goes the same for you. But back on our show, we are going to talk to LaWanda in just a few minutes about challenges of being a woman in business. But we're also going to talk about the beauty of being a woman in business. And my anxiety and panic attacks and everything else that I was going through at the time helped me become a better woman in business. So I'm hoping this story helps some of you. We will be right back with LaWanda Menefee. Oh, birthdays. I'm sorry. How can I forget those? Happy birthday if your birthday is today. And happy birthday to Narik yesterday. Happy 21st birthday, Narik. Narik is my stepson, Tommy's son. We want to wish him a very happy birthday. And of course, if your birthday is today, happy birthday to you. Celebrity birthdays today are Barbara Streisand. Happy birthday, Barbara Streisand. And of course, happy birthday to Cedric the Entertainer. Happy birthday to you. And until LaWanda comes back with us, stay focused, everybody.
Who is N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. and Associates CPA.
We are a full-service CPA firm with over 25 years experience in audit, tax, bookkeeping, payroll, including direct deposit, setting a 501c3 nonprofit status, preparing loan packages, and much more. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. When I started in public accounting in the early 1980s, there were no computers or fax machines. Everything was face-to-face meetings. With the advent of computers, the internet and cloud-based software, we can communicate with any client from anywhere in the country. With our portal technology, which is similar to online banking, you just sign into our secure website, upload your tax document, you scan to your C drive, and we prepare your return.
It appears times are changing.
I call this the year of enlightenment. Many Americans are seeing the advantages of supporting community-based businesses. We are here to serve you, not just because we're a community-based firm, but because we have the experience. We know we can serve your needs.
It's something that I have, it's something that I was born with, and something that I may always have, may not. I don't know what's in the future for me, only God knows.
Sean and I have been together for 10 years. It has affected every aspect of our life together.
Much more now than I did 31 years ago when my son was diagnosed.
I know that it's an inherited blood disease.
Where some of the red blood cells become crescent shaped, like the crescent moon or a sickle.
It causes pain crises, it affects organs, it affects every aspect of life.
It could be your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your cousin. Anyone and everyone is affected by this. Basically, I just want to get the word out.
It's all in me, yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B, fashions and accessories.
All right. Hey, LaWanda.
Hey, Miss Erica.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Well, my motto today has kind of been real people go through real,
Right.
So we're going to talk about some of the real things that you've been through as a business owner, as a woman business owner, some things that you faced. You want to share with me today?
Yeah, sure. Earlier you were talking about having anxiety and depression.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started my business off, I suffered from anxiety because I wanted to make sure every customer was happy. I bent over backwards to make sure that was done. And then eventually it took a toll on me and I had to fight with depression.
Right.
Right. But
How was that for you?
Oh, it was horrible. Like, it really affected my personal life with my family and also my business life. But with counseling and meditation, I was able to get through those things.
Okay. And how did you realize that that's what it was? How did you realize you were having anxiety? How did you realize that you were going through a depression?
Well, the depression part, because I'm normally like a happy person. I'm always joyous. And it takes a lot to get me down. Some days I didn't even want to get out of bed or didn't want to do anything at all. And that's when I realized that I was going through the depression. The anxiety for me, I realized I was having panic attacks. Something as simple as going to the grocery store.
Right.
I couldn't even make a decision on which cereal I wanted to buy. Like, I literally had to have my daughters go with me to the store to help me get through the shopping experience. So,
That's odd. I never heard that before. So just picking out something was hard for you. Huh?
Right, yeah, because I couldn't make that decision. I wanted to make sure, again, everything was
perfect.
Right.
It was a perfection issue.
Right.
I
It was
got
a perfection, yeah.
Wow.
And I realized too, like with having the business, you want to have a certain image. And if that image isn't perfect, you feel like, well, I felt like a failure.
But you weren't a failure.
Right.
Right? But you had to learn that on your own.
Right.
Yeah.
And what helped me realize that, again, was the counseling and the meditation, but also being around positive women. They would, encourage me and be like, oh, well, LaWanda, this was good, or give me constructive criticism to make me realize, okay, everything doesn't have to be perfect. It's a work in progress.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, constructive criticism, that's important because not everybody takes constructive criticism well.
Right.
And how did you realize, okay, they're just giving me constructive criticism. They're not trying to down me. Because some people don't decipher the difference.
To me, it was discernment. I hate to say it, but being a woman, sometimes, I can be shady, so I can recognize the shade. So I knew when people were coming to me with love and when they were, being shady. And even with the ones that were being shady, per se, I still took that as as a stepping stone as to work on, the different things.
Awesome. That's really good. That's really good. So how have you found an opportunity through your anxiety for your business? How has it made you better?
Wow. Well, in February, I did a photo shoot with some of the models from Montreal's model agency.
Okay.
During the process, I had an extra outfit. I wanted to be in the shoot, and normally I'm very behind the scenes. Like
You don't want to be involved.
I don't want to be in the forefront.
In the front.
But seeing their confidence and me having the anxiety of wanting to make sure the shoot went well, I just turned that into, well, let me model this outfit. And then as the shoot progressed, like the photographer made me feel more confident, and I took that anxiety and just killed the shoot. Pat on my back.
That is awesome. That is awesome, because I still have anxiety. Like, I love to throw the fashion shows and do all that and do the magazines, but I have anxiety when they say, Erica, like Benny will come when he's one of the designers, I need you to walk. I need you to walk. And I just get like, oh my God, no, he did not just ask me that. He knows I don't do runway. I don't do it. You tell me to do photography modeling, that's fine. But if you tell me to do runway modeling, it's totally, totally different. It heightens my anxiety to a whole nother level. But I had to do it. The fashion show that was in Lynchburg, the Central Jersey, not Central Jersey, but Central Virginia Fashion Week, which was this past September. I had to get out there and walk, and I was just like, oh my God. I was still freaking out, but I did it. I did it. So I think one of the things that we have to tell people is you kind of have to face it, right?
Yeah, you have to face it. You cannot be fearful. Fear is just false evidence appearing real.
Oh, I like that.
So you really just have to, just push through. I know it's hard because I've been there, but deep down you really have to conquer it. You can't let it conquer you.
Right. I love that. Definitely. And what advice would you give to other business owners going through the same thing? Because, starting a business is anxiety, right? Because that's stressful.
Yes.
Right? You don't know what to expect. Right now we're in the process of trying to get T-Boy going. So it's stressful. And it can be, a little anxiety and stuff like that. Because, again, you want everything to be perfect. And we've already taken steps for that. As far as getting the music here, getting the entertainment here, things like that. But just the whole unknown is what the fear is, I guess, right?
It is. And I can talk a lot about that, but I think we need to go to commercial.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. On that note, everybody, we'll be right back.
Go back in time and in style with our tastefully remodeled caboose cars. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway, dream wedding night, or simply a stay in the beautiful mountains of Southwest Virginia, you won't be disappointed with the Caboose Bed and Breakfast at Apple Ridge. For more information, call or visit appleridge.org today.
When you partner with Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage, you're helping shape the town you love. It's where you live, your culture, your favorite things that all come together to make it more than just buildings. It's your home. We've been part of your community since 1899. Our local lenders are your neighbors, and we're here to take care of you, your home, your neighborhood. Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com.
So, LaWanda, how'd you like my bars just now?
Girl, they fire. They are hot.
You didn't know I had some bars. I got little bars. You're going to hear them real soon, trust me.
Will you drop them at T-Boy?
Drop them at T-Boy.
That's what's up. I can't wait. I'm really excited about T-Boy.
I'm excited too. I'm definitely excited. It's going to be a definitely memorable one. So
yeah.
I'm excited about that. But let's get back to the business. We were talking a little bit about the fear, right?
Right. Again, you have the fear of when you're first starting off, you want to make sure that you're succeeding, that you have all of your ducks in a row as far as your paperwork, your funding, your business plan, and that you are marketing and everything correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge too, because they say small businesses are lucky if they stay in business 5 years, right?
That's correct.
So when you hear that, it's like it can make you take a couple steps back, correct? So what advice would you give to somebody that is letting that stop them?
Don't. But don't let fear stop you. If you want to start a business, like for instance, we're having an event this upcoming Friday night. It's called Bring Your Own Business. Even if you haven't started your business, you're more than welcome to come and
learn about it.
And learn the proper steps. Some people think, oh, well, I'm selling plates on Facebook, I have a business. No, you want to be legitimized. Without being, legitimized, you really won't succeed as well as you can. So, people need to come out, learn the proper steps, learn how you can get funding, learn how you can be a part of the T-Boy Grant, Foundation as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Because a lot of times when people are starting out, they don't have those resources.
Right. You don't have the resources. You need the business plan. You don't, some people don't know how to write a business plan. They haven't done the research as far as the industry that they're going into. And that's also a big reason why businesses fail.
Right. Because of the research, right?
Right, the research, and they don't realize the resources that are available as well. So,
do you want to touch base on maybe one or two of those resources that might be out there?
Yes, Definitely you want to reach out to the Small Business Association. They are really, that's a really good resource.
Yeah.
They have,
And it's right downtown.
right downtown, and you can also look online, you know, for them. They also have free events, you know, to give people the, you know, those types of resources. And also the internet.
Right.
The internet is full of knowledge. A good resource that I used just to help save costs in the beginning was I used LegalZoom.
Okay.
You know,
And that helped you?
Yeah, that helped me incorporate my business and that sort of thing.
Okay, okay. And one thing a lot of people don't know about you, LaWanda, is that before you had a storefront, you actually had an online business.
Yes.
Right?
I did.
So what made you say, okay, I'm going to start a storefront now from going online?
My customers, they really wanted to come in and try the clothes, you know, instead of just being able to purchase them online. They wanted to see the jewelry, they wanted to feel the quality.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, and I must say that I've been really blessed in that part with so many like major department stores closing their storefronts. I think with me remaining intimate with my customers, that's what has given me the longevity.
And it makes a difference because you're building a bond, you're building a rapport, and people, a lot of people still want to know who they're buying from.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think also it has helped that I am a family-owned business. You know, I started it because of my two daughters, and you know, I don't know, but yeah.
Right. It's just that that realness, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It's that realness. People need that realness sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
They do, and also I must say, sometimes people think that I'm cocky or. I feed Bree and B. Bree and B does not feed me.
Right.
I try to give back to the community and to help other women, you know, and charities and organizations around as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And I think that's very important when you have a business, to make sure that, you know, others are fed as well.
Exactly. Because they're the reason why you eat, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, LaWanda. Any last shout outs you want to give?
Yes. Hey, Bree. Hey, Beyonce. Love you guys. And also to everyone, please come out to the Bring Your Own Business event this Friday. Again, if you even have the idea of wanting to start a business and you don't know where to go or how to do it, please come out.
Okay, and it's going to be right here at the Lawson Building, 401 Gainsborough Road. What time, LaWanda?
It starts at 6 o'clock. And,
okay.
And we will have light refreshments, so please come on out.
All right. See you then. And until tomorrow, everybody, stay focused.
I'm in. We're in now.
We're in?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Alrighty. I forgot to give a shout out to administrative assistants. It is Happy Administrative Assistant Day today. God knows you are the reason why the businesses keep going and the offices, all that you guys do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love and appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Administrative Day. God bless.